Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear. Welcome to the channel where today we're playing Nordic Ashes. This is a game that's been out for quite some time, and I have sank probably close to 40 hours into this one. This is another one of those bullet hell, bullet heaven type games, so if you're into the sort of things, this might be right up your alley. This one is different from the other bullet heaven and bullet hell games in the sense that usually when you play those games and you level up, you get, choices as to how you are going to upgrade your character, or you find gear and you try to upgrade those gear pieces over time and then, go from there. But instead, Nordic Ashes tries something different. It has different characters you can play as, and each character has a constellation that acts as a skill tree. And each skill tree has a certain number of moves they can use, as well as passives and an ultimate ability. As you play and you level up, you fill out which parts of the constellation you want to use, and each ability and or passive has RNG stats to it that you can re-roll until you get stats that you want. Might sound a little bit complicated, but it is actually fairly easy. And today we're going to be showcasing one of the newest characters that was just added to the game, as well as a gameplay mode I have yet to touch. So we're going to jump into Nordic Ashes. If you like the content, you want to see more games like this, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, of course. And if you like Nordic Ashes after I've played the game, I will leave a link in the description of this video, so you can go check it out over on the Steam page. It is available only on PC as of right now. I have no idea if they plan to release it for console, but we are going to go ahead and jump in. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. And, okay, so these are all the characters in the game. This is another character we're probably going to be showcasing sometime in the future. This is Missing. Missing is a pretty unique character in the sense that it's weird how you unlock him, but Missing actually combines the abilities of everybody. He gets a random skill tree filled with things. Amaranth is the new character, a magic forest fae who has survived thanks to her inseparable friends. Damage dealt by summoned creatures is increased by 25%, and any other kind of relic damage is reduced by 50%, relic just being any other equipment that's not summons. She starts with a relic, Ivy. A lot of characters get like alternate abilities, like this guy over here gets 3 weapons to choose from. You pick one of them, you can get all of them, but you start with one of your choice. So we're going to go ahead and select Amaranth, and we're going to go ahead and try the original level Midgard, but we're going to try out Ragnarok. Ragnarok says challenge other players and reach the highest Ragnarok tier. Compare your battle achievements in the leaderboard. So we're going to go ahead and do continue for Ragnarok, and this is basically what Ragnarok is. It has a leaderboard for there, and it basically tells you what's going to happen whenever you play this. Minion health, elite health, boss health, all that's up, but things like XP, drop reduction, and move speed are also down. Well, actually it says move speed up. Maybe that's for enemies. Alright, and then those seeds down there, we'll worry about that later. I'll describe that as we go. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so immediately, you should note out that we're going to pause the game for just a moment. You hit the button at any point in time. As you can see up there next to my player icon, it actually has 10 points. That's something that you do in your passive skill tree as you level up. There's a meta progression tree that affects all of your characters, and I have chosen to have each character start out with 10 skill points that we can invest in abilities right on. So this is her constellation. She starts out here in the middle, and you can work your way towards these outside abilities as well as her ultimate down here. Her basic one is Ivy. As you can tell, it's got a slew of different stats. If I want to, I can upgrade it for 1 point, or I can choose to re-roll for free for 1, and then, I have to pay a fee to re-roll it continuously until I find ones that I want, like stats I want. So we're going to go ahead and put a couple points to Ivy. I don't want that. We're going to take some more damage. Oh, let's get some more. That was pretty good. We got a legendary RNG benefit that actually bumped it from 3 summons to 6. I'm going to work my way to this top right corner for Skog. Once I invest a point here, I'll now have 3 additional summons, and these little guys can go around, seek out enemies, and chomp them, dealing a little bit of poison damage. So we're going to do that. Back here, we have 2 more passive abilities woke up once I pick this one up. We have Golden Bangle or Forest Potion. Now these 2 options are a little bit interesting, because once you select one of them, the other option is locked off. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's not these 2. It's this one, and this one will be locked off. It's tied together by the red dotted line, and this one are locked off together. So I want to go ahead and choose, I want my creatures to have more attack speed. So you see, yeah, it locked that one out, so we would not be able to select that ability anymore. And next, I am going to take a damage upgrade. And we're going to hold off, because this one costs 3 points. But it'll give us a green heart, which is just another heart up there. And as we know from our passive here, every time we have a green heart, it's going to increase our attack speed by 10%. So right off the bat, we have 2 hearts. That's 20% attack speed these guys have. Let's go ahead and give it an upgrade there. And let's go ahead and start. So, as you can tell, my little dudes are running around. We have some rats coming in, but we're actually fairly safe. Whereas we usually have to attack with weapons, they randomly target whatever, our creatures are going to do all the fighting for us. If you see there in our mini-map, it's showing us several little stones and locations. Those are all objectives we can take. And at the top is a bar that shows our progression. It's actually moving way faster than I'm used to. That little crystal I just picked up is called an Ascended Crystal, and we did get hit. Man, I was not paying attention. I was paying attention to the mini-map. The crystal there, once you've reached max level for any of the abilities, which is 10, you can then choose to ascend an ability if you have a crystal. Those crystals do things, those crystals basically change ability by adding a modifier to them. So for instance, these little guys down here that bite, they might spawn in 3s as opposed to 1 at a time. So we're gonna go ahead and get this one here to get a green heart every once, and we just got that one. And I'm also gonna choose to get the little lingonberries down here. So I'm gonna make my way down here, and we're gonna snag this, and this locked off the chili pepper. And I'm also gonna choose to get this relic right here that increases damage of our summons by an additional 50%. And I think we're going to start sinking some points into this XP gauge right here and start opening up the path to our ultimate ability. So now we've got berries. We have our main summon. Why has this got a yellow outline? I've never seen that before. I know he was an elite, and he dropped a little purple XP orb. That just means that orb is worth a lot more than it usually is. These guys are moving rather quick, aren't they? So one of the benefits of our main ability that grows the flowers, it'll actually catch XP for us. So that's why I'm gaining levels so quickly. This character probably outlevels every other character in this game by a huge margin. That right there is a butter cookie. That will give me an additional health point, but you know what? We're actually going to skip out on it. That's actually disadvantageous for this character. Why? Because you can only have so many hearts, and ideally we want all of our hearts to be green. So we're going to avoid those at all costs for the moment. I'm also going to up our XP gain and take our ultimate ability. And then I'm going to go ahead and sink a couple of points into chili pepper. Not chili pepper, lingonberry. I'm going to re-roll, and then we're probably going to re-roll that again. We're going to activate my ultimate ability. That makes our summon right here. We have an additional summon that summons these wooden spikes. They are very damaging, and that is just a cooldown ability we can activate every time. We're going to go ahead and stand near this objective that you see has a 100-point counter on it. As long as I stand somewhere nearby, or there's enemies in here, and we kill them inside this little circle, it's going to bring that counter down. Once the counter is down, we will be able to grab the item in the middle. That item right there is actually very beneficial for our build, because I believe, if I remember correctly, it will increase the amount of poison damage that we do, which our little chompers there that are purple, not the pinkish ones, the purple ones, the skogs, I think that's what I said they were called, they deal poison damage whenever they bite. And there we go, poison projectiles. What was that? Poison enemies have a 25% chance of throwing one poison ball that deals 18 damage and can poison, which is fairly good. We can even bump up the amount of poison damage that we do, and we are definitely going to be working on those. I'm going to focus on leveling one of these up real quick. We're going to go put all our points in the Skog for right now. And I usually take just what the game gives me. I always want to make sure that I am getting a damage up on this stuff, because the damage does matter, of course. And as long as I'm getting my damage up, I'm fairly good. I'll take that. And then we've got an epic one. That's a fantastic. Cooldown. These guys coming up pretty fast. We'll do that one. And then we have area. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to hold off, get the 3 points, and we're going to snag that. We'll then make our way to another objective, which will be over to our left. It just looks like a basic rock. So we're going to wander over there. I'm going to try to see if we can get around these enemies. One of the downsides to playing this character as is that because the game is so vibrant with the summons and the way the killers go on the enemies, it's hard to tell sometimes what is an enemy and what is not. The good news is that once you get built up just a smidge with Amaranth and her summons, you can actually afford to stay still. And it looks like we have an attack potion. If we take this, it's going to increase our attack, I believe, by 25%, 20%. But it will randomly nerf a stat. Let's see, and that gave us negative 10 attack speed. But you know what? That's actually not bad. That's actually fairly useful because our attack speed is only going to get better with the more green hearts we have. And right now, we're sitting at 5, so 50% attack boost, and we took a random hit of 10%. I think we're gonna live with that. We're gonna go ahead and make our way up here to the top left. A blue stone. These blue stones house an item on them, and the way you get these items is instead of paying for them with like money or something, you actually pay with them with some skill points. It looks like this is a fire item. We don't have any fire in our build right now, but we totally could. So we might go ahead and take that, and that might inspire us to select a specific choice here in a bit. Looks like I have 6 points on me. I'm gonna wait and let this build up just a little bit more. We are going to wander around because the idea is that we're gonna find barrels and crates like this. We want our dudes to break them, and we're gonna find money. And we want to acquire as much money as we want. I don't know if this works the same way as the main gameplay mode, but at specific intervals in the match, we will be able to go to a shop and use our money to purchase goods and enhancements for a character that'll help the mode play along. So we're just gonna keep wandering around. I want to build up a couple of skill points so I can buy a couple of skills at once. As you get a skill closer to 10, they cost more than 1 point. They start off at 1, I believe 3, 5, 7, and 10. Usually like the frequency of these abilities. No, that's a lie. I think the most expensive ability that you can get while leveling up makes it 5 points. 10 is for the ultimate, which is 5, 7, and 10. So sorry about almost lying to you right there. So let's go ahead and spend our points. I am going to go ahead and get our level 10 Skog. So this thing is pretty beefy. 135 to 141 damage. So see right there at the bottom it says ascend. If we choose to ascend it, we could do a couple of things. We can get him to evolve into a version where it literally has a poison pool around him at all times, or poison damage that is out will actually be doubled. Now the cool thing is, if I were to find another one of those ascend crystals, I could actually pick both these. I could pick one and then the other. But I am actually going to go take poison area. I'm also going to raise the damage of poison. And so now you'll see this little green haze around my dudes. They're going around and they're doing their business. They will clear a screen. At one point in time, these guys were so strong, I couldn't actually see any enemies on the screen. Looks like we have another ultimate. Let's see how fast they killed them. That guy just got deleted. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this XP orb over here. And now that we've maxed out Skog, I think I'm gonna work on our main guy. What was the main guy's called? Ivy. We'll take the cooldown. We'll take additional summons. For the most part, I'm actually pretty keen and happy with what they give us. We just picked up an equipment That ring that we had, if we had used it, would collect any gold that's dropped on the ground. We're fairly good about chasing down any loose gold. The item I have now, I'm not actually sure what it's called, but it causes us to rain fireballs everywhere out from us. Looks like we have a gold coin down here that we'll pick up, and we'll just keep making our way around the map, finding more crates to break open and collect money whenever we can. Our health is pretty healthy as well. We're sitting at 8 green health orbs, which of course just means straight out that we have a boost of 80% attack speed. Alright, we found a chest that came off the elite, and that lets us do a couple of things here. We have some decisions. If we don't like the choices, we can re-roll for free, 3 times for free, and then after that it would cost some of our experience points. I will go ahead and use it to get an ivy. The more ivy we have, the more XP that's being picked up. We'll keep wandering around. There's Butter Cookie. And here's our first boss. This is the Scavenger King, and he is just absolutely getting deleted. I literally don't have to do anything, and he is dead skis. Now we will, of course, transition to our shop. This is the shop that you will meet every boss that's completed. We'll always get another Ascended Crystal from there. And here's some items up here at the top. Each one will give you a small description as long as it's like an equipment item. This ring collects all XP around us. I'm actually going to snag that. That green card will poison everything in the area. The red potion over there heals. The character over to the left is always one of the playable characters. They rotate and they offer you one of their weapon choices. Talcor over here offers you passive upgrades if you pay the money. And these are up here equipment. And unfortunately, you can never read this one up here, but it does a lot of increases. We're going to take that one. And then I am going to refresh the shop. I still don't like anything we're seeing. I'm going to refresh again. I'm going to take that other mushroom because it's... After attacking with any relic, you throw a poisonous mushroom that impacts with enemies and explodes in a poison cloud. Looks like we're going to be very poison themed today. Dude, am I going to get... I don't think I'm going to get lucky enough to get anything for 7 gold. Because we're oh wait, I have 32 gold. What is this? Brock's Bazooka. Shoots into a straight line at the nearest enemy. The fire of the shot deals damage to all enemies it hits. Oh, I like that. I think we're going to take that. And I believe this is a projectile buff. Which one is it? +1 projectiles? Do we have a lot of projectiles? I might take this one. Because, oh, we don't have enough money for that one. We'll take it. Just in case. The cannon that we just picked up might use it. We're going to go ahead and here, before we jump out, and level up our Ivy a little bit more. Yeah, I think it'll all work. And then, we need to also level up this cannon. This cannon is a new piece of gear. It's added to the bottom. We'll lose it after the match, but it starts out level 5 when we bought it. So let's journey back out and do some more fighting more coins. I'm assuming there's going to be even more enemy spawn, which they are. Oh, immediately fund another objective. It requires us to kill 350 enemies, and we are just melting everything nearby. Now, one of the reasons I chose to level up Ivy, and the reason why we chose those fire skills, is Ivy actually has a pretty cool passive for her Ascended. She actually turns these flowers into either a poison flower or a fire flower, which is fire damage or poison damage, obviously. And yeah, that's going to be very beneficial to us. It looks like we have a lot of money dropping over here to the side. We're going to have to pick up all this. This stacks of money. We are basically getting extremely rich very fast. Just saw some more money stacking over here. Oh wow, like right near our little experience thing. And honestly, we are at full green heart capacity. I don't really think we're going to be worrying much about our economy flow in the game. An elite died before he even managed to get on screen. That's pretty gnarly. Those guys, if they get near you, all they do is just they kind of explode into poison on the ground. But we're showing him we're the true Poison King now. Go ahead and collect the coins nearby. We don't have to be in the circle to benefit it. It's the enemies who need to die inside the circle. So most of the time to get enemies in there, I kind of stand to the side so they get closer to the inside of my screen and in that area. We got 15 points to spend. Go ahead and max this one out. And then we're going to advance into Transfiguration. The main flower becomes a fire or poison flower that deals twice the amount of damage. So now that we've done that, we can also pump points into burn damage and poison equally. And now after we've done that, we'll probably max out our Forest Mayhem. But you'll see now, the graphic on our flowers has actually changed. You see these purple bulbs and these red plumes that are standing up. And like I said, it's getting harder and harder to tell what's going on, but the other thing to take into consideration is you barely can tell the enemies are coming to screen. So if you want to take the lazy route and just do what you do, Amaranth is the one to play. Literally clearing the screen without us having to be there. Unfortunately, that's also making it quite difficult because that ticker is still ticking down, but not nearly as fast as it was originally. Although, by the time I get done saying it, we're going to have those flint stones, which I believe the flint rocks right there increase the amount of fire damage going out. Let's see, flint. A burned enemy has 25% chance of burning another nearby enemy for plus 10 burn damage. So we are just getting all sorts of synergies here. Now we've done that, let's go ahead and put a point here. And then let's do some lingonberry. Alright, now we can wander to our next objective. That is still butter cookie, so we're not even going to touch it. But we will make up our way to another objective that is just north of us. We haven't even had to use our ultimate too much, which is pretty gnarly. And oh, this is good. This right here is Snowflake, and that just puts a snow aura around us and slows enemies nearby down. It can even do so much as freeze them, and we actually need to stand inside of this one. This one has just a ticker cooldown on it. We stand in here, and as long as we stand in there, once it counts down to 20 seconds, we're going to get the item. Usually much quicker than the objective kill count ones. Almost done. Once we do that, we'll head over to the one to the right, the blue rock, and see if we can spend skill points on it. We've got Snowflake. Now we have a little icy aura. It's kind of hard to tell with all the saturated colors all over the screen. But away we go. Ooh, and that is another poison-related item. Let's head over there. We just killed one ultimate, or one elite, and another elite, and they didn't even make it on screen barely. This one is the infection. Poison enemies when in contact with other enemies have a 5% chance of additionally poisoning them. Additionally, you will poison any enemy that touches you for plus 10 poison damage. So basically, as long as we don't walk directly into an enemy, we are unkillable. We would have to make it we would have to try very hard to die right now, or do some really stupid things right now. The only thing that would make us more invincible would be the idea that we get an item that would give us a shield that would absorb temporary damage. Alright, bazooka, Ivy, Skog. We'll take Skog. because that's where our focus is. Those are probably chewing through the majority of the enemies for us, and we are almost at our maximum money count. Once we get to the boss, I'm also going to pop the consumable we have as the ring and collect all the extra XP that's sitting around us. We have 54 points to spend. We could probably max almost everything we have currently on us equipped, if we so chose. But I love that feeling of getting a whole bunch of stuff all at once. So there's the guy. And we are going to do this thing called melting him. I don't want Butter Cookie though. He's dead. I didn't even see him take the damage. Just like that, we're up to 94 gold. We have another Ascended Crystal. What is this one? Reduces 15% for each green heart you own, plus an additional... We're taking that. Why wouldn't we? We're going to take... we'll take that. Increased XP gain, because why not? Extra movement speed. Shuffle the items. We don't need any of these items. We don't need any of these items. We could take this Fire Ice Charm. Anytime we burn something, it can freeze. Anytime we freeze something, it can burn. Poison and fire. That's awesome. We don't want the blue crystal. Oh, we don't have anything for anything else. We'll go ahead and purchase a random loot box to see what we get out of it. We'll go ahead and do Brock's Bazooka. We're probably going to level it up anyways. Let's go ahead and finish using our points. Oh, I would like to have more. There we go. 4, 6. Alright, now they're doing damage. And then let's go ahead and do things like, oh, let's increase the size of everything. Alright, we'll go ahead and get the final version of our ultimate ability. It'll give us 16 additional summons, 180 damage is our maximum, and let's see, the cooldown is also greatly decreased to 18 seconds. Let's go ahead and level up Rock's Bazooka. And what is Brock's Bazooka? Okay, it fires like a shotgun. I actually really like that one. I'm gonna take it. And let's see, let's go ahead and spend our last couple of points into raising our damage. And as of right now, after we max this out, we only have one other thing we can level up, which is our cooldown right here. Maybe there'll be a couple items on this map that'll assist us with getting more gear. Alright, so we are just like a killing machine. See how fast? Yeah, that guy's still dying. That guy's still dying. It is so hard to see what's going on. Because we increase the area of our characters, they are also increasing the graphic of it. What is this right here? Poison Cloud. There is a 20% chance that when an enemy is poisoned, a cloud of poison will appear, damaging surrounding enemies with a chance of poisoning them. So we're just going to saturate the whole map in green. We're not going to be able to see the ground here in a second. How easy am I making this look right now? I don't really know, per se, what the difficulty of Ragnarok 1 is, which is what we're playing right now. This is like the baseline. But I will say, regardless, I believe that Amaranth is probably the strongest character currently in the game. I will go ahead and say that more than likely, I hope not, but I imagine for just how easy it is for her to max out her skill tree in any given game, because this is more or less exactly what happens every game I play her. Let's do critical rate. They might end up having to nerf her just for how strong she is. Let's go ahead and let's do duration on Skog. Then we're gonna make our way up to another objective over here. Oh, that's Butter Cookie. We do not want Butter Cookie. I wish we could re-roll some of those objectives. Hoping we can find another piece of gear. This is... What is this? Paralyzed enemies receive 50% more damage from crits. I don't actually know if we... Do we have anything that'll actually raise? Or electrify anything? Oh, we could go lower. Let's see. Fire ice, fire poison. So we don't have anything that'll electrify per se. But maybe somewhere down the road we will? I don't know. We're still going to take it. I think this is the last objective on the map other than Butter Cookie. I could be wrong. There might be something saturated over on the side that we can't see. I'll stand over here to the side, so that way we can start working on that kill counter over there. Soon enough, it looks like we'll be facing off against the boss. Where's that counter at? I can't see it. 394 kills left. I mean, that's down from 500 pretty quickly. And literally at this point, I don't think I've played another character that I can just stand here and do this. There's so many summons out. There's so much color, so much saturation. Oh man. At this point I'm kind of running out of things to talk about. Hopefully we're coming up on the boss now. I'm just looking at how many levels we're at. I think the highest level I've ever attained with this character on another map was about 400, and we are currently at 260 with 82 skill points to spend that we have nothing to spend on. I think I saw something over here die. 200, sub 200. Are we going to be able to get to it before the boss? We will not. Oh well, unfortunate. As we get to the final boss of this area, we get to get some passes that we want. I'm going to go ahead and get this bounce one. We'll buy a random chest. Let's say projectile speed. And we're going to go on our way. Here we go to tackle on the final boss of this area. It is Lord Ragnar. I don't know if he does anything different than the normal one, but usually he'll do some sword swipes. Try to box you into like a little arena. Now he's super angry and he's going to chase me with swords that come out of the ground. We got him to like a third of his health pretty quickly. The only other thing we need to watch out for is occasionally he'll ensnare you in like a circle of swords. Just gotta stop moving and stand in the middle of it. Now he's slicing across the ground with the sword. Just keep moving. And we should be A-okay. Even if we were to take a hit, we still have a hearty amount of health points to consider. Now we're going to do our ultimate and finish him off. He's dead. That's it. Ragnarok 1 conquered. Conquer Midgard in Ragnarok mode 1. That was easy. And here's our damage charts. Look at that. You can tell right off the bat. Skog did close to 3 million damage. Let's see. Total damage, 4.8 million. Burn damage, 260,000. Poison, 110. Lingen, didn't do a lot, but we waited too long to get that one up. Brock's Bazooka immediately eclipsed that. I know we did level it up. Ivy coming in at close to 2 million, so Ivy and Skog really doing their fair share of the work. There's all the passes we bought to the right. our stats off to the left. Ooh, sorry about that. And then we can continue. This will take us back to the home screen. Now, you may have noticed at some point in time we were collecting these little seeds off to the left. Well, every time we complete a mode, we get some Yggdrasil seeds, but we also get some little sprouts. We spend these seeds, or these leaves, on this passive skill tree that applies to all characters. As we pick up more seeds, which we can see down here, you can exchange those for a certain total and collect more leaves. So, we'll go ahead and spend the ones we got here. We have 6 where we were just at 4, and then we can then invest in our skill tree. The skill tree is also something that was just finally unlocked. They unlocked it one tier at a time, and now we're able to get all the way to the bottom. So as you can tell, I've invested quite a bit into the skill tree, and I'm pretty happy with where it is and what it looks like and what the effects are. So this was more or less just a showcase of Nordic Ashes and the new character Amaranth. If you want to ask any questions, or you have any things you would like to ask as far as like, hey, how did you get there, or you want to see how certain things are unlocked, or how certain things play, or if you want to recommend a certain play that you want me, or character you want me to play, and a build that you want me to use, I would be more than happy to showcase those things here in Nordic Ashes. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I really enjoy this game, and as always, if you want to come hang out with me in my Discord, you can follow the link in the description of this channel and jump over there. That way you can get notifications on when I put my videos up live as to what's coming as well, share memes, game recommendations, and all of that. So that being said, you guys take care, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.